Okay, let's turn now to the patterns of surface area for both of our cards. We'll start with the staircase card. What I have pictured here with the yellow is the cell or box that pops out of the card at stage 1. It's given information in your handout that the area of this cell, if you flatten it out, which is the easiest way of thinking of this, is 2 square units, which of course means that the total area at this stage is 2 square units. Let's take a look at what happens when we go to a stage 2 card and fold out those cells. As you know from looking at your staircase card, at stage 2 you have 2 new cells popping out of the page. But how much new surface area are we actually getting from those cells? You can see that some of the surface area that's used for making those cells has already been counted at stage 1. So really the only new surface area that we're generating here is represented by the red rectangles, okay, above and below here. How many red rectangles does it take to cover one of these original yellow rectangles? Well, it seems that it takes exactly 4 of them, which leads me to believe that one of the rectangles here that's red has an area of 1/4 of a unit. But because we have 1/4 of a unit here, square unit, and 1/4 of a square unit down below here, that means that we have a total of 2/4 or 1/2 of a square unit new area at stage 2. That of course brings the total area to the 2 square units that we had before, plus another 1/2 of a square unit, for a total of 2.5, or using improper fractions like we mathematicians like to do, provided they're reduced, total area of 5/2 of a square unit. Next stage looks something like this. As you know from the previous task, at this 3rd stage we have 1, 2, 3, 4 new boxes popping out of the page. But of these 4 boxes, the only new area that we have is the little green rectangle on the top, little green rectangle on the bottom. You can see that all of the other area that we used to generate our 4 cells has already been counted at either stage 1 or stage 2. So, what's the area of one of these little green guys? It appears once again that it takes exactly 4 green ones to cover one of these red ones. We saw that the area of one of the red ones was 1/4 of a unit. So 1/4 of a quarter is 1/16 of a square unit for this green rectangle. Added together with this one, it's 2/16 or 1/8 of a square unit of new area. We had before, this 5/2 get a common denominator. 5/2, same thing as 28, combined with this 1/8 of new area, says that we have 21/8 of total area at this 3rd stage. I'll leave it as an exercise for you to figure out how much new area is generated at stage 4, how much total area we have at stage 4, and then you will also need to generalize to say how much new area there is at stage n and how much total area there is at stage n. And remember that these are just geometric patterns, and the math that you studied in the con videos will apply to this problem as well. Good luck, and ask me if you have any questions.